New York City bagels. These bagels are very special because of the New York City tap water. The tap water has significantly less calcium and magnesium, which makes it a softer and a chewier and a denser bagel. Starting with instant yeast, bread flour, and New York City tap water, and we will make this starter. I'm not using all the bread flour, I'm just using 125 grams of bread flour and about 5 to 4 grams of, or 1 teaspoon of yeast and 175 grams of water. You mix that up, you let it bubble up, leave it somewhere warm for about 2 to 3 hours. Make sure you wrap it tight. Okay, this is after about 2 to 3 hours. You see how much it sort of bubbled up. That's all the yeast doing its thing. I'm adding the rest of the bread flour now, about 200 grams. Also adding about 13 grams of sugar so the yeast can rise even better. Also diastatic malt powder, good for yeast. Adding about 5 grams of salt. This salt is not going to kill the yeast. Give it a little mix and then set up your stand mixer. Put in the starter and then start the mix on low. So I'm adding the dry mix 1 spoonful at a time. Once it's done, move the speed up to about 6 or 7 setting and then let it mix for about 20 minutes. And then cover it with a damp towel, clean damp towel. Put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes so it can rest. Now I'm portioning out about 60 grams balls. You need to work very quickly, so you see I have all the balls covered in cling. Take the balls out and form it into a smoother ball by folding the ball into itself. And then use your right hand or whatever hand you want and then sort of push down with a little force and start rotating it. You'll get this smoother ball. Finish up with all of the balls and then rest it for another 20 to 30 minutes. Now for the part of actually forming the bagel shape. So take the bagel, use your 2 thumbs and the middle finger, sort of rotate it around once. When you feel the thumb and the middle finger, make a hole by pinching it and then just sort of use your 2 middle fingers to make even a bigger hole. When you're done with making all the bagels, rest it for at least a couple of hours or overnight for even better flavor. I rested them for 24 hours, heated up my oven to 475. I also have some water going on a wok, which I think is the best way to boil water, also deep fry. Putting some baking soda to get that crackling skin effect. Sort of like putting baking soda when you boil potato to roast them. I'm also putting some honey, about a tablespoon, just because I don't have any barley malt. Honey also works just as fine. So I boiled these for about a minute each side. Transfer them to a wire rack and then I'm gonna hit it with my favorite topping. Well, I have 2 favorites. Everything bagel and also sesame. I also like plain bagels, so I guess I will also make a plain bagel. I like to have toppings on both sides of my bagel because more toppings is a better life. Here's a attempted time lapse, failed time lapse, but you see how it sort of rises up. It's beautiful. Okay, so I was doing other things while this was happening. You'll see that I sort of burned the everything bagel topping, but that's fine. Adds to the nuance of bagels. Okay, honestly, I made these bagels because we got these beautiful and tasty condiments from Russ Daughters. We have smoked salmon and some lox cream cheese, white fish salad. So these bagels are a perfect sponge to absorb all that tastiness. So I'm doing the most traditional bagel: cream cheese, onions, tomatoes. You have to salt your tomato. I'm adding some flaky salt, one nice slice of lox, some capers. That's all you need. This is a very good bagel to eat. Thank you, Chefsteps, and I will put their recipe down below. Bye.